One Zambia, one nation. Hello and welcome to the news. I am your presenter, Henry Himonde. A look at the top stories. President Hakainde Hichilema calls for strengthened state and church partnership. Government procures earth-moving equipment to improve roads in Mambo district. Flood impacts lives in northern province. And Zambia kickstarts chess tournament on positive note in Egypt. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has called for continuous collaboration between the church and government in its quest to better the lives of the people in the country. President Hichilema says government will continue to embrace the wise counsel that the church offers on how best political leaders should serve citizens with integrity and honesty. Speaking during the induction service of new Bishop of Lusaka, Albert Chama, and the Cathedral Diamond Jubilee celebrations in Lusaka today, Mr. Hichilema reminded congregants that government is doing everything possible to address the price of mealie meal that is affecting the people. Details in the following report by Sande Bwalia.
The partnership between the government and the church plays a critical role in fostering social and economic development in the country. For this reason, President Hakainde Hichilema has called for close collaboration between the church and government in order to improve people's livelihoods. He said this during the induction service of Bishop of Lusaka at the Anglican Cathedral of the Holy Cross Jubilee celebrations in Lusaka today.
We will continue working with this church, its leadership, Archbishop Chama, as you assume your role, but also with other churches in this our Christian country. We also understand this partnership, that the church has a role in this broader partnership. The church has a responsibility to the flock, God's people, but also to render counsel to the government. Governments before us, and this particular government, and I believe governments after us, because that is the way it's supposed to be. And we appreciate, we'll continue to appreciate that advice. We also understand many other aspects of the smell of the people of Zambia with regards to their welfare, peace, security, stability, but also to challenges such as the price of mealie meal. We smell it, we understand it, and we're working on it so that we can stabilize. There are many factors. It doesn't matter what the factors, but I can confirm that we're smelling it, and we're working on it together with the people.
And Bishop Mchombo of Eastern Diocese called on the new Anglican Cathedral of the Holy Cross Bishop of Lusaka Diocese to serve the flock with integrity.
Leadership requires a willingness to make personal sacrifices for the sake of a higher purpose. When leaders show selflessness and humility, people are much more inclined to trust them. Humility in service to the people of God.
Anglican Cathedral of the Holy Cross Dean highlighted the church's background.
And so we were given this land to build the cathedral so that Lusaka could be upgraded into a city. In 1955, an appeal was initiated by the Archbishop of Canterbury, and Canterbury and the royal family provided the initial funding. Eventually, people sold cakes, bought bricks, gave various items. The copper mining companies provided the cross above the altar and the roof itself, the whole of the roof above the concrete. The Queen Mother laid the foundation stone in 1957.
The induction service, which was characterized by singing and dancing, saw the head of state unveil the plaque to commemorate the Anglican State Diamond Jubilee. For Zanis in Lusaka, I am Sunday Warrior.
And President Hakainde Hichilema says traditional ceremonies play an important role in promoting a sense of belonging, nationalism, and preservation of the country's cultural heritage. Speaking at this year's Chibwela Mushi traditional ceremony in Mkushi district, in a speech read for him by Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua, President Hichilema said government acknowledges that traditional ceremonies are a unifying factor as they provide a vital platform for government and traditional leaders to interface and share ideas. Here are the details.
The Ichiwela Moshi is a harvest festival celebrated by the Lala, Visa, and Swaka of Kapirimposhi, Luano, Mukoshi, Chitambo, and Serenje districts, held at Chalata in Mukoshi district on a first Saturday of September every year. The word means returning to the village from the farms, and the purpose of the ceremony is to give thanks to the ancestral spirits and gods for providing good rains and a bountiful harvest. Unlike in the past years, this year's Ichiwela Moshi traditional ceremony was characterized by performances by different cultural assemblages. The crescendo of the ceremony was when Chief Chibale and Senior Chief Serenje sipped the katubi from the calabash brought before the traditional leaders. President Hakainde Hichilema, who was represented by Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua, underscores the importance of traditional ceremonies in preserving Zambia's traditions and culture.
It is an undeniable fact that the culture is the backbone of all societies across the globe. It is a cornerstone of communities, and it is perceived as people's way of life that impinges on every aspect of human society. Culture is the essence of our whole life as a people, and it does not only incorporate our music, dance, literature, and indigenous knowledge systems, but also our beliefs and other cultural practices.
The Ichiwela Moshi Organizing Committee wants government to find a way of providing security of tenure of land to the local people.
We appeal to government that a way be found for security of tenure of land. Honorable Minister, we also appeal that companies that are working in our territory, our land is bestowed with minerals, our land is bestowed with resources. Those that are making money out of our land must plow back in the communities.
And State Kobo Chairperson Chance Kawai wants the local people to take advantage of good agriculture policies by venturing into farming.
That the wealth is on this land where we're standing. Money with the way government has put agriculture at the forefront of economic development. Money is in agriculture.
White farmers in Mukushi are happy to be associated with the traditional ceremony.
It's been very interesting coming to see the tribal village, and the tribal dancing is very good. We love Zambia, so we're very happy to be here.
Namatama Liwanga reporting from Mukushi, Central Province.
And in Eastern Province, Seventh-day Adventist Church pastor for Lusaka District, Laston Silungwe, has called for peace and unity in the country. The pastor said this in Chilenga area in Chadiza District, where over 600 congregants of the Seventh-day Adventist Church assembled for 7 days to mark their annual gathering. Here's the rest of the story.
The calling of the church is to proclaim reconciliation and provide healing, to overcome divisions based on race, gender, age, culture, color, and to bring all people into communion with God. This is the reason behind calls by the Seventh-day Adventist Church to be united and peaceful at the 7 days annual camp in Chilenga area of Chadiza District.
We have also been talking about family unity and also the unity among the church members, and also encouraging unity in the community and also in the country as a whole. So we had a very interesting time, and the total number of congregates from here is the 5 congregation, and the total attenders, we had 600.
This is in line with their theme.
Where we just had a camp meeting, and the theme was "I will go be God's witness." It was a great experience because we could see a lot of people gave themselves for baptism. Others have been baptized today, and others have promised to get baptized later on. And seeing members rededicating their lives to God is just something that is so marvelous.
And the church wants the public to live in harmony with all.
The camp meeting was a wonderful one, where we left our homes, coming here to refresh, coming here to meet the Lord, and hear what the Lord had to say about our lives and in our situations. It was encouraging because there's so many testimonies and there's so many things that were taught to us during this 1 week. It gave us an opportunity to reflect and look back in our life.
Juba Zulu, Zanis, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
And in Northern Province, Kasama Catholic Archbishop Ignatius Chama has hailed women for being the pillars of the church after contributing over 1.3 million kwacha towards supporting seminarians. Namsokwe Wembia reports that the Archbishop said this when he received a check worth over 1.3 million kwacha from the Catholic Women Organization in Kasama at the closure of a 3-day retreat for women held at Nakatende in Kasama. Details in the following report.
Over 6,000 women from the Catholic Women Organization of the Archdiocese of Kasama have gathered at Natende in Kasama district for their annual retreat. The retreat is held to strengthen the Catholic biblical faith as well as raise funds for seminarians. And Archbishop of Kasama, Ignatius Chama, challenged the women to continue being pillars of the church.
ya inini na kufika mulu kwena chika twafya ukuti tukafishe ino nchende pa tunatira stage ya kuti impendo ya bana mayi bonsha besa kuno baisa ikala bwino bwino kwena natukwata umulimo ukalamba pa tukafikishe cha msanga icho.
And Kasama Mayor Teresa Kolala has urged women to embrace entrepreneurship so that they can continue supporting the work of God.
The money that we've raised for seminarians, last year it was over 700,000, and this year we've hit 1,360,000 kwacha. So I actually take this opportunity to thank the women of Kasama Archdiocese for the works that they are doing. I know very well to say, they are involved in a lot of things for them to be raising money.
Some women who attended the retreat had this to say.
Funda paku velesha nyoluse, bali tufunda paku wombesha ngabana mayo, na paku sunge kula sunge ndupwa.
Kwena na mayo washifo kuisa kokuno, au wala kusokufingi sana. Kuno tusambile fingi fyawa na mayo anda tufansi kusambile kuno kwini. Kwena wale panya ishuko.
The 2023 retreat was held under the theme Women Becoming Strong Pillars of Small Christian Communities. Reporting for Zanis, Namsokwe Wembia.
We now take a break, and still to come, government procures earth-moving equipment to improve roads in Mambwe district. Stay tuned.
Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to the most happening game show in the Motherland. My name is EDNA. I am the People's Bay, and this is Pungwa, the Game Duo. Now on this show, 2 celebrities or 2 influencers compete in a series of games. At the end of it all, somebody gets to walk away with some cool cash, or maybe should I say cool prize moody, which is one time.
It's not the homicide.
It's what?
Let me think again. No, I think I've got this one.
The gross side.
grocery stores. That's it.
Especially that I'm going to annihilate Mumbai Archie.
Well, I remember, were you good? Now my study in school. I question, yes or no?
What matters is to not grudge. The question is, could police officer good? I'll put it in cash. Stop car. Imagine, that's what I'm thinking about. Stop her.
It is Pungwa the Game Duo, and let the celebrity games begin.
Welcome back. And now to Eastern Province. Government has procured earth-moving equipment worth 9.8 million kwacha through the Constituency Development Fund CDF to help improve the rural road network in Mambwe district. Provincial Minister Peter Piri says Malambo constituency has one of the worst feeder roads in the country, and that the procurement of the road maintenance equipment is a big relief to the people in the area. The minister, who is also Malambo Member of Parliament, was speaking during the handover ceremony of the equipment. Mutafela Lubasi now gives us details in the following report.
Infamously known for having one of the worst rural road network, which has impacted negatively on the socio-economic outcomes. Malambo constituency in Mambwe district of Eastern Province has for years failed to resolve the challenge of bad roads, which have even gone to an extent of affecting social service delivery by government.
In Mambwe, we have very bad roads. If you just drive here, near, just after Lutembwe, Mupita kwa Okuchikova, the road is terrible, and we don't hope to see it in that state.
But now the situation is about to change, as government has procured earth-moving equipment at a cost of 9.8 million kwacha for road maintenance. Equipment were unveiled at a ceremony in Mambwe.
We are witnessing the commissioning of two tipper trucks valued at 3 million kwacha. This is a lot of money. And we expect the council to take full responsibility in looking after the huge sums that have been invested in these two tipper trucks. No hiring. These trucks are meant for our roads here in Mambwe.
The people of Mambwe have spoken through their representative.
We are hearing and seeing the fruits of CDF in this new dawn government. This proves that the government is working, and I hope the problems that we have been having here in Mambwe concerning roads will be talk of the past.
To my left, guest of honor, we have the purchase of earth-moving equipment, which everyone can see. Construction of a classroom block at Yosefe Secondary School, which we are going to see today. Rehabilitation of a blown-off roof at Tempa School.
Lubasi Mtafela Zanis, Mambwe District.
And in Northwestern Province, Solwezi Municipal Council has embarked on the grading and graveling of Kabijimpanga Road to help ease the transportation of goods and people in the area using locally generated revenue by the local authority. The 27 kilometers stretch, which passes through St. Francis up to Mayondi area, will be rehabilitated at a total cost of 700,000 kwacha. Details in the following report.
Solwezi Municipal Council spent 700,000 on the rehabilitation of Kapijimpanga Road using locally generated resources under the wider development fund. Solwezi Mayor Lenny Kalepa explains why Kapijimpanga Road is among the priority roads to be worked on this year.
We quickly decided to work on this road so that we can make it easier for
people in terms of moving from point A to point B. This road will go up to St. Francis and goes up to Mayondi. It's quite very significant that we have to work on it.
And Solwezi Mayor now assures members of the community in other areas regarding the improved road network.
We went into Mulenga. It's about 20 kilometers away from CBD. Works are starting there very soon as well. We are also getting into Kawea, which is a part of Kivok Road. The road has never seen any machine. This time around, this is when we're going to do the first, taking the first machine there. The dozer will be mobilizing very soon. As we speak right now, we are just engaging the community in terms of allowing the machine, those who have fields along that stretch that are going to be affected. We just want them to support the project.
Senior Headman Mulwanyama of Chief Kapiji Mpanga of the Kaunda people was also present.
Twatunda ikaba kansara betu nikumula kwamba tuiba kuwasha kumula kwamba mbaye mingirero nakutendeka bapuishe monka motosikira kwamba beipushe onka mambo twadzikuzira pavura na uno mkwako wakapizimpanga kikatakata kufika mabankambo mumwe.
Road users had this to say.
Sona kwa kuwa yako ne kumupanga kwa burungu mambo wewe na kuba kuka istumutu na kupoya ikayukapo ile kona ikatiko bamupange kwa burungu tiko okay like kutugrazo twawama burungu twavura
For Zanis in Solwezi District, Northwestern Province, I am Henit Achilonde.
In agriculture news, Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata says Chongwe District has only met 1,500 metric tons of maize out of the targeted 3,000 metric tons for the 2022-2023 crop marketing season. Mr. Kamalata has dispelled allegations that the Food Reserve Agency has run out of storage space for the maize. To the contrary, Mr. Kamalata says there is enough storage space for maize in Lusaka province. He has disclosed that Rufunsa district has done well in maize production with an excess of over 1,000 metric tons against the 816 metric ton target crop for the 2022-2023 marketing season. The permanent secretary said this after an on-the-spot check on the maize situation in Rufunsa and Chongwe districts. Mr. Kamalata disclosed that everywhere he toured, people are still delivering their maize to the depots and that farmers were now being paid on time.
We're just coming from Rufunsa, where we have done so well and we have met our targets. In Rufunsa, we have actually gone in excess of 1,034 metric tons compared to our target, which was 816 metric tons. But we have just a slight problem in Chongwe district. As you may be aware, that Chongwe district is a maize belt. Well, due to some reasons here and there, for now we haven't yet met our target in Chongwe. We have a shortfall of about 1,500 metric tons to meet our target, which is 3,000. But this is not to say that we cannot meet our target. Reasons being that our marketing season, as you are aware, goes up to October. Therefore, we are appealing to our small-scale farmers dotted across the province that FRA is still purchasing maize. As you can see, wherever we have been going, people are still bringing their maize. We have also reduced on the number of days to pay our farmers.
Kalomo District Commissioner Joshua Sigaduli has urged workers from public and private sector to grow the economy in the district by being productive. Mr. Sigaduli, who officially opened the Unify Credit branch in Kalomo District, said employees, especially those in rural areas, should begin to realize the potential that lies in farming and grow more food for the district. Details in the following report.
The opening of a unified Kalomo branch adds to 43 existing branches across the country. Unified Credit is making life easy by providing equal opportunity and access to financial services to its customers, as this is in line with government's policy of providing access to financial inclusion.
I would like to officially welcome the Unify to Kalomo districts. Unify is here to bring the financial services we need close to our residents as part of our continued efforts to promote financial inclusion.
The institution is determined and looking forward to working together with the people of Kalomo.
We've been in Zambia now for over 15 years. We now have 43 branches, and we plan on growing and becoming bigger and better. We've created solutions, and like our motto, like you'll see in our branch, is all about making life easy. We want to make life easy for all our clients, which is why we increase our loans but reduce the interest rates. We make it easy to transact with our Uni app, where you can transact on your phone, dialing *414#. And our commitment to financial empowerment matches Kalomo's aspiration for economic and financial inclusivity.
I wish to seize this opportunity to thank you for the different offices, authorities of Kalomo for accepting us to host our office and all measures taken to facilitate its establishment and certainly its future activities. I would like to also thank our esteemed customers for your continued support, and I hope we can continue to build a stronger relationship.
For the country's economic to thrive, equal opportunity and access to financial services is paramount. Costa Kimudenda, Zanis, in Kalomo District, Southern Province.
We take our second break, but still ahead in the news. Tralad project impacts lives in Northern Province.
Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to the most happening game show in the motherland. My name is EDNA. I am the People's Bay, and this is Pungwa, the Game Duo. Now on this show, two celebrities or two influencers compete in a series of games. At the end of it all, somebody gets to walk away with some cool cash, or maybe should I say cool prize moody, which is one time.
It's not a homicide.
It's what?
Let me think again. No, I think I've got this one.
Grocery.
Grocery stores. That's it.
Especially that I'm going to annihilate Mumbai.
Well, I remember, were you good? Namaste in school. I question, yes or no?
What matters is to not grudge. The question is, the police officer is good. I'll put it in cash. Stop her. Imagine, that's what I'm thinking. Stop her. What?
It is Pungwa, the Game Duo, and let the celebrity games begin.
The news continues. Now, since 2021, the Transforming Landscapes for Resilience and Development project has disbursed over 34 million kwacha as grants to 48 cooperative groups in Mbala district in Northern Province. District Tralad Project Operations Officer Chindi Chiputa disclosed that cooperatives have invested the grants in goat rearing, poultry, crop production, as well as aquaculture. Patrick Kawe was in Mbala and gives us more in the following report.
Tutenzi Multipurpose Cooperative is one of the 46 beneficiary groups that received grants under the Transforming Landscapes for Resilience and Development Tralad project in Mbala district. The group, which has ventured into livestock rearing and crop production, is being trained to produce chicken feed using locally generated ingredients such as sunflower, fish meal, and soya beans. Mbala District Livestock Assistant Officer Troni Chinda explains the importance of the training.
We're encouraging them to be making their own feed because
it's so sustainable in such a way that it's cheap because they are able to grow the ingredients, most of the ingredients that we've used to make this feed, they are able to grow them locally. This is how they are going to sustain the project.
And Mbala District Tralad Project Operations Officer Shindi Chiputa gives an overview of projects in the district.
It has received support of over 33 million kwacha, which has been dispersed to various cooperatives in the district. About 45 cooperatives have benefited so far, and one individual has benefited as well. Many livelihood activities have been implemented, and these include goat rearing, poultry rearing, fish farming, the growing of various agricultural crops that are meant for feed formulation for the livestock that the farmers are keeping.
Meanwhile, beneficiaries testified about how the project has transformed their communities and their lives.
So abantu n'abasambirira okutambulira aye n'amaprojekiti okumonawo kushekuti twakitafi nshukulani n'okuchinja kwa miceere n'abamba okusambirira okulimako firimu efyakusanapusana bale ebyalako twakubyala byala amalemo n'amaorenji firi efyakutira kuti fyabaafu amunshita shimwe shayafi.
For Zanis News in Mbala District, I am Patrick Kabwe.
In Mpongwe District, the Constituency Development Fund CDF committee in the area has cautioned beneficiaries of the loan empowerment funds against misuse of the resources. Mpongwe CDF committee chairperson Nebat Mukwalala says recipients of the loans should ensure they use the funds prudently and for the intended purpose. Details in the following report.
He is one of the recipients of a loan under the Constituency Development Fund CDF Empowerment Component. Patrick Chabu of Mpongwe District on the Copper Belt has set up an oil processing company using funds received from the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Mr. Chabu has since procured essential equipment for his company and is expected to employ approximately 10 people once fully operational.
Ndifakyakulira pokutotera ku government yesu pali program balete ya CDF loans ndi umo pali abo ba beneficiary abapokele kwa loans first kuno Mpongwe total yali 183,800 kwacha loan inapokele then kaina list distillation equipment namutaila Africa ile from India. That's the biggest machine yonkwete nangola taila Africa but mapepa zoko yali kulanga kwa twalili pila finto tulepembela for bati fifike.
Mpongwe Member of Parliament Gregory Ngowani led a team of technocrats from the local authority to assess Mr. Chabu's utilization of the empowerment funds. The area Member of Parliament was impressed with Mr. Chabu's business initiative.
I'm very impressed as a Member of Parliament. I think CDF is a game changer. And we want to support people who are very innovative so that at least our district will develop.
Mr. Chabu is currently producing castor oil and has signed a supply contract with Lusaka-based cosmetic companies. Noah Kangali for Zanis in Mpongwe.
Still on CDF, Mbabala Member of Parliament Joseph Munsanje has commissioned various Constituency Development Fund projects in his constituency. Mr. Munsanje says the projects are evidence that government wants the country to be productive and ensure people are involved in various business activities that bring income. Kalunga Msonda has more in the following report.
These are some of the Constituency Development Fund CDF projects in Mbabala constituency that are now bearing fruits. The projects include a first ever bakery in the constituency, a garden by Kulungu Women's Club, and a staff house at Kasamu Primary School. Mbabala Member of Parliament Joseph Munsanje has commissioned the projects.
We are going to be a productive nation if each one of us finds something to do. When you sleep and wake up in the morning, you must be dreaming about the big business which you are doing. So what you are doing here as Koronga Women's Club is an excellent fulfillment of that vision of a prosperous Zambia, where people are very productive. The president is saying, let's all produce, produce, produce. If we produce, then all these cries of this and that will disappear because each one of us will have enough to eat.
And the beneficiaries are grateful to government for this support.
And mulima simpe mali nakazwa 80,000 alongi tulumbide kapati uhulumende twakachiko hakuyaga garden mulimbo mwabona so tulijisihishango muhinjanji aloho tulangira kuti hasija kabotu ilatupa bute buzibu botu pamanya tuyoje ikupirisha loan yesu.
Very grateful as a school to be supported by the government in this manner. This house is the first of its kind constructed by government since the inception of this primary school.
Vetwakasara ibekari kambo kuti bekari okunokusaiti uina pibe dahawi so tumbabyo babora bonsaba tuli wana kusekelera akutati batujulire kutakwatuye kumbere ampindu yese.
The Member of Parliament is also happy to see CDF funds being used for the intended purpose.
Doing the correct thing with the money we give you, and that's what we want to see, because this is a loan. It's a very cheap loan at 5% CDF loan, one of the cheapest loans in this world, because you are not going to pay much. So you are using the loan correctly. So I'm happy that you are using the loan correctly, because I don't want to, when I visit groups, I find the others, they have bought other things instead of doing what they are supposed, we gave the money for.
Kalunga Msonda, Zanis News, Choma District, Southern Province.
Meanwhile, Chifunabuli Town Council in Luapula Province has disbursed over 2 million kwacha to 14 groups under the constituency development funds. Speaking when he handed over the checks to beneficiaries, Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Mighty Mumba called on beneficiaries to utilize the funds for the intended purpose. More in the following report by Esther Banda.
Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Mighty Mumba has officially handed over empowerment loans to 14 groups and individuals in Chifunabuli District in Luapula Province under the 2022-2023 Constituency Development Funds. Mr. Mumba has a call to make to the beneficiaries.
I am truly honored to stand before you today as we celebrate a significant milestone in our ongoing efforts as government to empower and uplift the lives of the people in Chifunabuli District and the country as a whole. 2022 and 2023 CDF empowerment loans have been specifically designed to enable local entrepreneurs within our district, beautiful district Chifunabuli, small businesses, owners and aspiring individuals to access the necessary financial support to turn their ideas into reality.
Beneficiaries have thanked government for the loans.
Palupiolo bwampela pantriloni nomba yafuntulo kwika shibwandi bwasero kuchirapo bwaberere.
I want to say thank you to His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema Sami for the gesture of increasing CDF so that the community can benefit.
Chifunabuli District Council Chairperson Charles Mulenga has called on more residents to take advantage of CDF and apply for loans.
The community is also not responding in numbers. Members of Chifunabuli, I appeal to you that come forward and apply for loans.
Esther Banda, reporting for Zanis News in Chifunabuli District. In
the Copperbelt Province, a 35-year-old woman of Masala Township in Ndola District has called on well-wishers to help raise a sum of over 27,000 kwacha to pay for her daughter's tuition fees so that she can collect her results. Mildred Mutiti, who is a single mother, says her daughter completed her nursing course at St. Luke's College of Nursing and Midwifery in Rufunsa District, but has failed to receive the results because of the balance she owes the institution. Here are the details.
Government's advert to employ about 3,000 health workers is good news to many unemployed health professionals, but to a 25-year-old training nurse, the announcement is a nightmare to her. Mavis Musangu, who completed her nursing course at St. Luke's Mission Nursing School in Rufunsa District, did not get her results because her mother, who is out of employment, failed to pay the balance of more than 27,000 kwacha. Her worry is that she has no means to pay the balance before the deadline to apply as a nurse.
She managed to pay for my first year academic fees and my practical fees. But then again, at the community school where she used to volunteer, they stopped paying them, which led to her not managing to pay for my fees anymore, which led to an area of 27,000, of which, and up to now, the results are out. I managed to clear my examinations, which we wrote in May. Yes, I managed to pass, but then with the health recruitment that's there, a mom is unable to pay for the arrears like before the deadline for the recruitment. So I would love and wishing from well wishers to be of help. Yes.
Musangu's mother, Mildred Mutiti, a single mother who is also looking after her 4 girls, has made a passionate appeal to assist her daughter.
So that's appeal to the government. Nabanda ma wishes abenga kwa bochiye chala kuma kwebati bakwate okunjafa kumudi bubwafya abantu bangu fwe kufefo ndero ndolola kozi nangu ninchite onse benga kwata ndi waipero kubomba kuti nabomba amakani kwata.
I'm appealing to the government and well-wishers to help me in this difficult situation. I am ready to do any kind of work, and I always apply for teaching that I'm not picked. I'm requesting for any help I get my daughter's results. She applies under this recruitment of 3,000 health workers.
For Mutiti, if her daughter can get her results and gets employed, life can be better, as at now, her only hope is in the well-wishers. Tovini Ngombe, Zanis, Indola.
Tovin Ngombe, with that report there, we can only hope that Mavis will get the assistance that she requires. And finally, in the news, the Zambia Under-18 national chess team has started their Africa Youth Chess Championship on a positive note. Out of the 17 players that participated in the first round, 5 players have won their games. The Chess Federation of Zambia committee member David Kapembwa attributed the average performance by the players to stress from the long trip. Details in the following report by Audrey Kalenga.
Africa Youth Chess Championship is an annual event for young chess players from across the African continent to showcase their skills. Over 450 youths from 17 African countries have converged at Baron Hotel in Cairo, Egypt, to showcase their talents in chess. Zambia has sent a 17-member team at the ongoing Under-18 Youth Chess Championship led by its highest-rated player, Joseph Hambaye.
I think the upcoming game will be tough, but I'm ready for them and I'll play well. The game was just okay. I was patient, I played well and I won. In the second game, I just played well and I won.
Another sensational player from the Zambian squad is Joshua Saute, who so far has managed to acquire 2 points after winning all the 2 games that he has played.
So far I've played two Egyptians and I've won them. And then in the third round, I'm playing an Egyptian again, which they are rated in the tournament.
Federation of Zambia committee member David Kapembwa, who's also delegation leader, expressed happiness with the performance.
We have begun on an average note. I think out of the 17 players, as at yesterday, we have reported 5 wins, 3 were a draw, and the rest, unfortunately, we dropped the points, but the average position which we have as at now, we expect it to pick up in due course. Right now, round 2 is in progress, and so far we have gotten 3 out of 4.
Audrey Kalenga, Zanis Sports, Cairo, Egypt.
On that note, we come to the end of the news, but before we go, let's take another look at the top stories in our news. President Hakainde Hichilema has called for strengthened partnerships between the church and the state. Government has procured earth-moving equipment to improve the road network in Mambwe district in Eastern Province. A Tralad project in Northern Province has impacted positively on people's lives. And Zambia has kick-started the chess tournament in Egypt on a positive note. That is all we had packaged for you on the news. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Until next time, it's goodbye.